Alright, so last week we made our Oscar nomination predictions and they were announced this past Tuesday. And we were right and wrong about a lot of stuff. We'll go ahead and talk about that a little bit, but the main topic of our show today is fan expectations and whether they are met, exceeded, or very, very disappointing once you go and see the film. This is the Apocaflix movie show. I am Jacob Bartley, and I am joined by Keith Barnes, who was on last week's episode. How's it going, Keith?
Good. 2 in a row. I'm back again.
And this is Gio Ramos' debut on the Apocaflix movie show. He hasn't been around as much lately, life circumstances, but he's joining us today. What's going on, Gio?
What's up, everyone? Happy New Year, and here's to another great year for movies.
Yeah, so like I said, we're going to talk about fan expectations, but before we get started, these Oscar nominations, man, a lot of them shocked me. And I will say, I listened to our podcast after I heard the nominations.
Me too.
And I was like, I was right about Get Out on a number of occasions.
Yeah, you were. Yeah,
on Best Picture, I think I said it for Best Original Screenplay also.
That's right, you did.
I did not predict Jordan Peele getting, but all the way around, dude. And what's his name? The lead actor,
Daniel
too.
Kaluuya.
Kaluuya. He's great, dude. He's in a Black Mirror episode. He's a great actor.
He is in Black Panther, that's right.
Oh, he
Sicario.
is. That's
Yeah,
right.
Sicario, that's where I remember him from.
Yeah, that's what stood out to me, that Get Out got so much love,
Yeah.
but there were some other standouts. Any standouts to you, Keith? Like anything that shocked you that you got wrong or right?
Let's see. Darkest Hour, getting the Best Picture now. I didn't think that would happen.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about the movie specifically being that great,
right.
but the performance, obviously, by Gary Oldman.
I think that's what,
Phantom Thread, I figured Daniel Day-Lewis was going to get nominated, but Best Picture, Best Supporting Actress,
Best Director.
and Best Actor,
Right,
and Best Director, yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
I'm so happy for Greta Gerwig getting nominated for Lady Bird. Lady Bird, all the way around, got some great love. But yeah, Get Out is the shocker, but I think it deserves it. Like I said, cultural relevance is a big thing for that film. But yeah, so today we decided in the wake of The Last Jedi to kind of talk about our expectations as fans, and we anticipate movies so much, and we go into them thinking lowly, thinking highly, very excited, and most of the time it ends up being different than we thought, whether that's by a little bit or by a lot. And in the case of The Last Jedi, whether you love it or hate it or just like it, I think we can all agree it was very different than what we expected. And for me, that was a good thing ultimately. At first I was like caught off guard by it, but after multiple viewings and thinking about the movie a lot, I ended up like loving the movie. I still love the movie, like freaking Yoda, man. Spoilers, sorry if you haven't seen The Last Jedi, but I'm sure you've heard about it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about certain movies that have affected us deeply as far as expectations go, whether it disappointed us or whether it was great in our opinions compared to our expectations, and how just it overall affected us. So Keith, this was your topic that you suggested for the week, and I really liked it, especially in the case of The Last Jedi. Maybe we'll talk about The Last Jedi at the end of the show compared to all of our other movies.
Okay.
But so you had a certain movie in mind regarding this issue. So what was that?
It specifically was Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Which changed my...
I know Gio has opinions on Iron Man 3.
Yeah,
so do I. I actually like the film, but...
I do now. This was coming off of Avengers. It was kicking off their phase 2, right? So this movie had heavy expectations by everyone. And this was 2012
13.
going into 13.
2013. It was like, didn't it come out in January or something?
It came out
in...
No, it was May.
Oh, it was May?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Coming off of Avengers, I was living in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida at the time, and we were coming back here. I'd just come back here the week that it come out. We were there for about a little over a year. And I loved Avengers, man. Everybody did, right? I saw Avengers 3 times at opening weekend, and I was all into the MCU, and especially Iron Man. My kids loved Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man was the big star, and I was like, oh, okay, Iron Man 3 is going to be the next... Because we thought everything that we're seeing the MCU do now is kind of what I was expecting Iron Man 3 to do.
Oh, back then,
you know what I mean?
Shield's
going to be getting involved, and we're going to see Cap's going to be in this movie, and he's getting attacked by this crazy, menacing terrorist, the Mandarin. Not the traditional Mandarin we've seen, but
I do appreciate how much a solo movie Iron Man 3 is. Because you think they're going to dive, like Winter Soldier, team-up movie, Civil War, team-up movie. You know, a lot of these films are team-up movies, but Iron Man 3 is a solo Iron Man film, even though it takes place in the MCU.
It is. You know? It's a completely solo Iron Man film. It's not even that much of an Iron Man film.
And you think they'd be tempted to, you know, have the universe building in that film a lot, but they didn't.
There was one mention of S.H.I.E.L.D. in that movie. Yeah. And that's virtually it. It's not even much, like I said, not even much of an Iron Man movie. It's Tony Stark. And that's what, having time gone by, that's what I think makes it great. It's a great Shane Black movie, and it's very well done. But at the time, I sat in the movie and I'm going to put the Mandarin twist aside. I was just disappointed that, because during the year leading up to it, the trailers were incredible.
Trailers were amazing.
Especially that second trailer where we first see all the suits show up.
When the house gets blown up and he falls into the water, that scene had me tripping in the trailers.
And then you see that, I remember they released for the Super Bowl that year with the Niners and the Ravens.
Don't remind me.
Where the lights went out in that game. They showed the scene with the Air Force One thing where remember the Air Force One?
Oh yeah, where he rescued
all the people that fall out.
That's a great sequence.
Awesome. I was like, oh my god, Iron Man 3 is going to be even better than the Avengers. I remember Joss Whedon had us. I was starting to get into reading all the online stuff. I was really heavy into Screen Rant at the time. Not so much anymore.
Nope. It's a different site.
yeah, it's way different. But I was getting into all the theories of what's going to be in it, and there was rumors of Tony Stark's going to fly off and meet the Guardians of the Galaxy at the end, and all this crazy stuff that is going to be tied into the movie. I was like, oh, Iron Man 3 is going to be awesome. All the different suits. There was stuff online. There was the Iron Man 3 website had all the different suits and all the specs for all the suits and everything,
awesome,
which was really cool. So I thought we were gonna get all this stuff in the movie, and it was really just a Tony Stark kind of character.
It deconstructs his character,
study a little bit, but see, and I appreciate that now. Yeah. But at the time, I was sitting there watching and going, "What is?" Okay, let's get to all the stuff. Like, okay, this is funny.
Coming off of Avengers,
right? Too, and coming off of Avengers, it's like, okay, the kid's funny. Okay, there's some funny stuff with Rhodey. Okay, great. Let's again, not enough. We thought we were gonna get more. We thought Iron Patriot, Rhodey in the Iron Patriot's suit. So, and then the Mandarin twist.
Yeah.
I literally went out in the movie. I said out loud, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, and I was just came out of it thinking, okay, I don't think I hated this movie, but I was just really annoyed. And
it was annoying because the trailers built the Mandarin up so much.
Like he's going to be this menacing.
And
how is Tony going to beat this guy?
Kind of was introduced to the Mandarin into like in the cartoons and like doing research about him because I was looking forward to the movie so much, and I was looking forward to the real Mandarin.
And it was Ben Kingsley.
And Ben Kingsley, a freaking Oscar-winning actor. I remember I still don't like that twist with the Mandarin. I never hated it, but I still don't like it. It just discredits the movie overall.
I hate the twist itself, but when I was annoyed with it after coming out of the theater. I didn't watch it again until I bought the Blu-ray. And it was weird. I watched the Blu-ray and I was laughing at the movie, and I thought, you know what? It's actually better that I've calmed down and really thought about it, because I thought about it, it was me. I realized I was expecting too much from this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting way too into the theories and all this stuff online and the websites and all the stuff with the suits and this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, who's gonna appear, who's not gonna appear, and that wasn't what this movie was gonna be. And I thought about that during the course of the time until I got the Blu-ray. I watched it at home. I was like, this movie's actually not bad. Even the Ben Kingsley's performance, and I've said this to people before, if you really watch what he did, it's really funny. Like, once he actually makes the turn.
I think when you know it's coming, it's not as bad.
It's not. That's exactly it. And I'm watching it like, that's actually pretty funny. He says some really funny stuff. And even when he's playing that role, the Mandarin role, it's still pretty menacing.
Oh, his performance is great.
It's great.
Yeah,
but
a great performance.
It makes me kind of dislike the what's the Killian, Aldrich Killian.
And then they tried to make Aldrich Killian the Mandarin,
and that's what that's the part I cannot get by with that.
They had to do a one shot after that just to
exactly right
what they did.
Exactly. So but even with that aside, like I said, I realized I just within myself I put too much expectation on that movie, and I really vowed I'm not going to do that anymore with anything. I think the next movie was Thor: The Dark World. I started getting into that too. I actually really like that. A lot of people don't like that movie that much. I think it's better than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
You know, whatever about the villain. What's the name? The elf?
Malekith.
Malekith. You know, whatever.
I don't like that movie.
Yeah.
It's
I
one of my least favorite.
I understand.
All right, listen.
I understand.
No,
that.
actually, the Thor and Loki stuff in that movie is amazing.
Yes.
But like Malekith is just terrible. But
Agreed.
It's not another time, another discussion.
So going into that, I just scaled it back, and ever since then, anytime any of these big movies are coming out, I just, okay, this trailer looks great. I'll watch it a couple times. The only time I got close to doing that again was Rogue One.
Oh yeah,
because I love those trailers. Were awesome. I love those trailers. And the weird thing, we know Rogue One, none of that stuff.
Yeah,
the trailers are in the movie.
Stuff is not in the movie.
I came out of Rogue One like, I really like. I was buzzing over the Darth Vader scene, but
of course, yeah.
I didn't know how to feel about it until I watched it again, and then I was like, okay, I like this movie a lot. And ever since I've got the home release, and I love Rogue One. I love that movie more as I watched it. I didn't know how I felt about it coming out of it in the theater. But a lot of that, I don't know if that was necessarily fan expectation on me or just so much of the stuff they put in the trailers that we thought were like.
I think there's a difference. You're
literally
literally showing me this is what's going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to think,
expecting
that's
this.
what I'm getting in the movie. Fan expectations, like your hype that you build up in your mind, is separate from that.
Right.
You know.
Right. And I will say, I really liked. I love The Last Jedi. I actually love the movie a lot. I kind of, in ranking the three, and this is not just going to be a separate discussion, I kind of think I like Rogue One more.
Out of the three new movies?
Of the three that we've just got.
I'm a Force Awakens guy.
And Force Awakens is my number one.
All right, for a second, have you guys watched The Force Awakens since you've seen The Last Jedi?
No, I have not.
The Force Awakens is a much better film now, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Knowing Rey's story, but we can talk about that in a whole other video, but Force Awakens is better now after I've seen The Last Jedi, honestly. But yeah, Iron Man 3, man, I remember seeing that in theaters, and I wasn't so caught up in the movie world like I am today. I wasn't on the websites all the time and stuff like that, but I do remember being somewhat disappointed and very caught off guard. But the Mandarin, to me, thing isn't even the worst part of that movie. It's the exploding people.
Sure. Yeah.
What are those things called?
The
extremists.
Yeah.
And how Pepper Potts becomes the one at the end of the movie, and she's like fighting them.
Oh, I hate that.
That
was terrible.
That.
Okay,
that is the worst part of the movie.
Yeah.
But I love the character study of Tony Stark in that film.
Yeah.
I love how he's going through PTSD after the events of the Avengers. Who wouldn't be going through that?
Sure.
He flew through a wormhole and fell back into the earth, or not a wormhole, but a portal or whatever.
Yeah, portal. Yeah.
And it's crazy. So I appreciated parts of that movie, but the bad parts are really bad.
Well, what else too has helped over time is seeing the Tony Stark's progression since then as well.
Then. He's my favorite character in the MCU.
I love the change.
If you follow him from the beginning till now,
his arc is incredible. His and Cap's
amazing.
arc have both been just great, and they've both gone complete opposites of where they started.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that has helped, is you see where he is now all the way through, even Spider-Man: Homecoming. Just some of the lessons he's given to Peter Parker. Like, he was not that guy.
Well, even
before.
Tony Stark is learning in that movie.
And it started with him, I think it started in Iron Man 3 with everything he went through in that movie. So I appreciate it a lot more now. But like I said, that was the turning point for me to not get too high, even for movies that even some of the biggest Star Wars or Avengers that I'm really looking forward to, is not to get too high, to temper your expectations, curb your enthusiasm, if you will.
Nice.
Stay medium.
Absolutely. That's a very good one, man. Yeah. So, Gio, what movie did you prepare? I have no idea what movie you're planning on
First, let
bringing
me visit real quick the whole concept of expectations and where it stems from. I think part of it has to do with marketing, obviously. You see the trailers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But another part of it is journalism nowadays and how it's all clickbait. You get rumors and this and that. The next thing you know, it becomes like an official story.
Yeah.
But there's so much coverage now of everything. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. It really is. And that's kind of what turned me off with the whole DCEU thing. Sure. Is, leading up to Justice League, I couldn't go a week without hearing about Ben Affleck, Batman, and everything else that was going on. But fan expectations. I think the more we revisit a movie, the more we see the missed opportunities and the things that we wanted to see, the things that maybe would have worked better. And filmmakers realize that too as well. And I think one in particular is David Ayer, who wishes he had more of the Joker in Suicide Squad, which is my movie that I want to bring up
here. That is a great one. I thought you were going to go Justice League.
Well, what? What movie?
But Suicide Squad is a great one.
I remember when that first trailer came out, the very first one where it leaked online because someone at Comic-Con.
Oh, the Comic-Con one. Yeah, that's right.
Videoed it with the Joker at the end. Yeah. It was a dark tone movie, very David Ayer-like. He was just coming off of Fury. He did End of Watch, Street Kings as well. Yeah. So you knew his tone, and we thought, I think everyone thought it was a perfect match. These villains. They're, violent. They don't care about anyone but themselves, but they got to work together. Very grounded, very shoot 'em up,
Had the song. What was that song? The joke's on me.
Joke's on me. I started a joke.
I started a joke. That's what it is.
Yeah, and then we get the second trailer with the
Bohemian
Rhapsody.
I loved that trailer.
And
I was like,
all the trailers were great.
This is one of the best trailers I've ever seen.
That trailer was meant to show a little bit of a lighter side, but not completely change the whole movie during post-production, which is what Warner Brothers did. That's what they're known for. They have a bad habit of doing this, where they meddle with a director's work, they meddle with his vision, just to please, the what am I looking for? The masses, of audiences and whatnot. And from there on, we get another trailer, and the trailers are great. They're cut very well, very upbeat and whatnot. But all of a sudden, you look back at that first trailer, and you don't see that gritty, dark tone.
They never officially released that trailer, did they?
Which one?
The Comic-Con one?
No, they did right after.
Did they?
They did, but it wasn't on their terms. They just did.
They were forced to. I think it was maybe a day or two later.
The quality of the leak trailer
and that was
so bad.
Before. Was that before Batman v Superman?
It was the same Comic-Con. They released both of those because they both got leaked.
Batman v Superman hadn't came out yet.
No.
And then it came out. People were, it's too dark, and that's when they switched Suicide Squad.
Absolutely. You bring up a great point. Yeah. But then let's go a little bit deeper into the film. We see Jared Leto's Joker, right? And we see photo stills of him. I never forget the behind the scenes where he backhands Harley Quinn, and that is totally the Joker.
And she's holding a gun up to him,
she's
right?
Holding a gun. Now they released part of that footage in the extended cut, quote unquote.
I have that. I haven't watched it.
Oh my god, it was worse.
It's worse. It makes the movie worse, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's like one good scene with Harley Quinn I like the scene where they're walking and she's like dissecting all of them psychologically, because you didn't see enough of the psychiatrist Harley Quinn in the movie. But that's the only scene I like in the extended version. But it makes the movie worse, honestly.
Yeah, it made Jared Leto, who's an incredible actor.
Yeah,
I mean, Oscar winning. He's no one hit wonder. But they made his character laughable. A joke.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. And it's just a whole bunch of footage left on the floor. What did he say? There's enough Joker footage to make it pretty much his own movie. And then who did they give the post-production work, the editing to? Was it the trailer company, the same? I think they did. Yeah, a trailer editing company edited the movie. Oh my god. Yeah. And I remember, like, Jacob, me and you, we saw the movie a couple times after the first one, and we enjoyed it. It was fun. But the more we kept watching it, the worse it got.
The worse it got.
And it's just like it's one of those movies that it's just expectations were so high, and the movie met those expectations, but it was shallow. The quality of it. After a while, the more you watch it, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse, to the point where I can't even watch the movie anymore at all.
Yeah.
If it's on TV, I don't care if it's no commercials or what. I'm not going to watch it, because I get reminded of what the potential of this whole DC cinematic universe could have been. Justice League releases on Blu-ray next month or something like that.
Does it? Oh, okay.
I'm skipping it. I'm not buying it.
I'm still gonna buy it.
I'm not.
I like Justice League.
I had fun with it too.
It's disappointing.
Yeah, it's not good, but
it's not the Justice League movie that we should have gotten. But
I just like seeing all those characters just together on the screen.
Come on, man! I own the original Fantastic Fours. I'm definitely buying Justice
League. The Tim
League,
Story Fantastic Fours. What about the Josh Trank one? Do you own that one?
No, I did not buy that. I almost buy every single superhero Blu-ray that comes out. I didn't. I refuse to buy that movie. That movie is a disgrace, honestly. That's not even. That doesn't even qualify for this discussion, honestly. But Suicide Squad's a great choice, man.
Yeah.
I
didn't mind Suicide. I came out of it like, that was fun. That was funny. I liked Will Smith. I liked
the performances.
There's elements of it
Courtney was great.
The chemistry among the team.
Yeah, that's what I
hate
the music. They just beat you over the head with all the songs. I really hated that.
Every character has an introduction. They just keep playing songs in every scene.
Yeah, you get the little graphics.
See, that's the trailer company.
Exactly,
doing
and the whole movie's a big ass trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel the same way though. I bought the Blu-ray and watched it, and because my kids hadn't seen it, and of course I had to edit a couple parts for them. Like, don't look at this. But I watched it at home. Like, this is not great. This is not great at all. I can't watch it.
They did use Batman well, but
that's right. Yeah,
little cameos,
a little bit.
But it's because of this movie that I fear we're never going to see Jared Leto's Joker go against Ben Affleck's Batman. And that's
and the decisions they made with the Joker. Just if the Joker's in a movie, he's the villain.
Yeah,
he's the guy. Yeah. He's the main character.
That's what it should have been.
What are you doing?
I remember us speculating what could be the plot of Suicide Squad before we knew it, and we're like, he breaks Harley Quinn out of there, and they have to go get her back, or something like that, and he's the villain,
and they're going after him, or something.
That would have been incredible.
I'd heard one rumor that Amanda Waller was using him as bait, using them to use him as bait to get Batman. Which I had heard. I was like, that's going to be great. Like, she's
they could have done something like that. That's cool. I think there's enough potential there. Like, if they did do a sequel, which they're probably going to do because it made a lot of money.
They have a director in mind. Who knows if that sticks?
Yeah, but there's, you can cut some characters out, in my opinion. As long as you have Deadshot, Quinn, and Boomerang in there.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And you know what?
Figure out a way to bring it. Yeah, I was about to say.
There was a photo tweeted out by it was Jay Hernandez, who plays Diablo. Yeah. And it was
Alex Kinnaman.
Oh, Joel Kinnaman.
Rick Flag.
3 of the actors. I think it was Jai Courtney as well. And they were working out together. And they said somebody getting us back in shape. Okay. And I'm like, and I always said, Diablo is like a demon sorcerer. If anyone can survive that blast, it's him. Like he can probably come back.
Yeah.
But I was. My first viewing of Suicide Squad, I was pissed off because of Enchantress, man. I remember walking into the theater, and I was like, look, I was still excited because, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, it made Margot Robbie a superstar.
Yeah.
And by the way, we didn't talk about her getting nominated for I, Tonya. I was literally cheering when I saw her get nominated for I, Tonya because I just watched the movie last week, and Jake did predict that one. So shout out to Jake for predicting that one correctly.
Loves that movie, man.
And Allison Janney got nominated. Yeah. Allison Janney's going to win. Yeah. She was amazing in that.
Okay.
Well, I haven't seen all the nominations, but she was incredible in that movie. But really fun movie. But it made her Suicide Squad made her a superstar. She's a household name now because of that movie. And the Harley Quinn character is now.
And Jai Courtney was good.
He was great.
He's awesome.
I thought he was hilarious.
First of all,
little Flash cameo.
Everybody trashed on Jai Courtney, always does. A lot of people do, but I'm not saying he deserves that. Yeah, he doesn't deserve that. But also, nobody cared about Captain Boomerang, but he made me like Captain Boomerang.
Oh, I hate the Captain Boomerang character. Yeah, exactly.
His version of the character was awesome. Cool. But I still enjoy watching that movie. I can throw it on in the background and just enjoy Will Smith's charisma and Margot Robbie. But I still Enchantress, I can't think of a villain in a comic book movie that I hate more than the Enchantress and her brother or whatever.
I can maybe watch the first 40 minutes, and after that, it's just
I can't watch that at all. That's the part I can't watch.
So, I guess we could have predicted this. We all have superhero movies. And I'm going to take it back to 2007. And that is Spider-Man 3, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man is my favorite character. And I was in high school when this movie came out. And, I have always loved superheroes. But, my friends, didn't really care. But I dragged, a group of 10 people. It's like, we gotta go see Spider-Man 3. Like, this movie has Venom in it. You know, like, James Franco's on the glider. Like, it has, like, 3... And when I'm in high school, I think the idea of having 3 villains in the movie is awesome.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Who would have known it would have been a train wreck?
Yeah, exactly.
Now I know better, but, like, back then, you know, I'm a teenager. You see that, you get so excited.
Yeah.
And back then, I didn't review movies. I wasn't into film like I am now. I still loved movies, and I still love superhero movies, and especially the Spider-Man. The 2 Sam Raimi Spider-Man films are amazing. I know you're not a big fan, Keith. Spider-Man 2 is incredible to me.
Like Spider-Man 2?
They're fine. It's fine. It's
Doc
fine back then.
I'm pretty sure I've settled on Spider-Man Homecoming being the best Spider-Man film ever.
It is.
Oh,
it's right there with Spider-Man 2 for me.
It's not even close.
But
let it stand the test of time.
Spider-Man, it's been a while, all right?
Listen.
Spider-Man 3, look, I think I was 15 or 16 when this movie came out. And I was upset when I left that theater. And I shouldn't have known better, but I did. I was like, what is going on? Why is he dancing in the street like with emo haircut?
His hair goes...
Like, what is going on here? Like, I don't understand. Look, I know that Sony forced Sam Raimi to use Venom instead of Vulture. Okay, that doesn't mean Sam Raimi, let's make emo Peter Parker dancing down the street. Like, was that his decision? Was that Amy Pascal's idea? I don't know. But this movie stands out to me so much when I think about expectations, because, like, first of all, I'm coming off those first 2 Spider-Man movies, which were universally loved by critics and fans for the most part, and we were expecting this to be great, and the trailers were awesome for Spider-Man 3, as far as I remember when I was a kid, and it had Venom in there. Like, what... I always remembered Venom in the cartoon, like in the opening song, and that Venom was always in the beginning of that for the cartoons. So it's like, this is his biggest foe, arguably. Like, you know, there's Goblin and Venom. And I was just, like, disappointed and mad back then. So it's like, now I skip that movie when I watch I just watch 1 and 2. And I'll watch Amazing Spider-Man. And then I'll watch Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, I mean, Amazing Spider-Man 2, there's redeemable qualities, but overall, disappointing movie. I almost brought up that movie as my choice. We'll talk about that another day. But, yeah, Spider-Man 3 stands out because it was so long ago. And it still affects me. Like, I always think about that movie.
Oh,
like,
it's terrible.
How did that get made? Like, it's not like X-Men United, where it was a different director. Oh, no, X3. What was it? The Last Stand. So,
Last Stand.
X-Men, X2, X-Men United, and then The Last Stand was directed by somebody else, Brett Ratner. Which, that's understandable because you had it wasn't Bryan Singer again. This was Sam Raimi, the genius who made the first 2, making the third one, and, like, it's a bad film. It's a terrible movie. So,
and they had the black suit too. Remember the poster where they had the Spider-Man on the
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, all these elements. Like, imagine how excited I was to see that. And it's like, that's the movie I ended up getting. I was like, Sandman had, like, a deep story arc. Like, why?
I thought he was okay. I didn't mind that.
No, like, he's... Like, the actor was okay, it wasn't bad, but it's just like, I don't know. It was just shoehorned in there, I think. They focused a lot on him.
I don't like that they tied him into his origin.
Peter Parker's, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, what the hell? Like, you did not plan that from the first movie. They just, they shoehorned that. That's what I'm talking about overall, the character. But, like, his story arc wasn't bad, where he just wanted to, like, protect his family for his daughter and stuff like that. That wasn't bad. I always saw that part of it as a redeemable quality of the movie. But it's like... Topher Grace as Venom, like, come on.
And I like Topher Grace.
I like Topher Grace.
Yes.
I'm a big That 70s Show fan.
I like
Topher Grace in the right roles.
Yeah.
Like, I'll root for him, but that was a terrible casting. I'd much rather have Tom Hardy, which we're getting later this year. But yeah, that's my choice, Spider-Man 3. But I kind of want to go the other way, like, and this is recent, like a movie that, look, Logan, the trailers were incredible, right? And I was expecting Logan to be great.
Yeah.
And it's great, and it's great, but I wasn't expecting it to be all-time great. I still haven't decided whether or not Logan's the best comic book movie ever made. I put it neck and neck with The Dark Knight and Avengers. Like, my favorite one's Avengers, but I acknowledge The Dark Knight is a better film. Sure. But Logan might be better than The Dark Knight. Like, Look, let's let it stand the test of time. Like I decided very early, like it's one of the best comic book movies ever made.
It is.
But I'll let it a few years pass and we'll rewatch it again, and before I decide whether I think it's better than The Dark Knight. But I think there's an argument to be made. And if you guys saw like Collider's top 50 superhero movies, they had Logan number 2, The Dark Knight number 1. So like it's not only me who thinks like that, or us who think like that. So Logan was one of those movies that went the other direction. Like I knew it was gonna be great, but not all time great. Better, and it did get a Best Adapted Screenplay nomination, which we talked about for last week. So that's a great segue into that. Did you guys have any movies that went the other way, like surprised you so much, like you didn't like significantly, you didn't expect it to be that good?
I mean,
I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot.
Ones that come up to mind that were not comic book movies.
Yeah, there's a bunch that aren't comic book movies.
I mean, I think back to Birdman. Like I was just like, "What is this movie?"
That's very true. Yeah,
I've never seen that whole thing.
But then when you watch the movie, it's one continuous flow.
Yeah, that movie's great,
and it's so great. A movie like that's so difficult to make.
Yeah.
For me, there's Whiplash.
Whiplash.
I did not expect that movie.
That was the same year.
Man, that was that great. And you know what else I think was the same year was Nightcrawler. I did not expect Nightcrawler to be that great. Like, there's a bunch of movies where like, but here's the thing about these movies: they're so under the radar compared to these comic book movies. That's why we're so looking forward to those comic book movies, and then we end up being disappointed. So these movies, we don't really have high expectations for these films. Oh, I knew the one I was thinking of, Ex Machina. See. This movie, everybody was talking about it, like in the film critic world. I'm like, okay, I gotta go watch it. Like, I was like, it's probably good. Everyone's talking about it. Amazing film. It was my second favorite film of that year, and that came out with The Force Awakens, so like the same year. But
film like Avatar, like nobody knew what that was, but just for like the cinematic experience alone and the visuals and whatnot. No,
it's fine.
You're like, nah, nope.
It's not. It's not a great movie, but at the time, visually, it was just a spectacle.
Or James Cameron, another one, Titanic. Nobody.
Titanic's great.
Nobody thought that movie was. It's like, DiCaprio, the guy from Romeo and Juliet. Really?
I was a senior in high school. I didn't think I was gonna like that movie at all. I was like, oh, this movie's great. It was so really good.
Beautiful. People make fun of Titanic, but
it's good.
I love Titanic. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Very good.
But that was awesome. So I just want to talk about one thing real quick that dropped earlier today, and I think it came out today, and that was the first images of Captain Marvel, Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. So we don't primarily talk about news on this show, but whenever something big pops up, we're always going to talk about it. So the funny thing is, if you've seen the image, her costume is green. Now, there might be an old iteration of the character where she has green in her costume, especially before she had the full suit. She used to wear basically like a bathing suit with a cape, but it wasn't green. But Captain Marvel, the Kree who she gets her powers from, his costume is green. So for me, I like this because I think, here's the thing, this movie's set in the 90s. I think this is her costume in the 90s. When she comes to modern day, wherever she is, she's going to be wearing the red, blue, yellow one. So I think that's what's going to happen. Do you like these images, Keith?
I love it.
She's a great casting.
A little biased. I love Brie Larson. Sacramento's own.
Hey, Sacramento's killing it. We got Brie Larson, Jessica Chastain, Greta Gerwig, the movie Lady Bird.
Dominated.
We claim Lady Bird.
Sacramento's taking over Hollywood.
What's his name? Ryan Coogler went to Sac State.
That's right. Oh, come on.
Killing it. Yeah. Apocaflix movies.
Exactly. But I'm looking at the Jude Law, right? The name now he's going to play Marvel.
I don't know if that's confirmed. Or I think it is.
Is that just rumor?
I think it might be rumor.
Or is it talks? Whatever.
Yeah, he better be.
Dude, okay. I think it is confirmed. Actually, I think because I remember talking about he has two huge major franchises now. Is like this
Dumbledore
and then Dumbledore. I think this character is going to be a one-off. Actually, he's not. He probably won't be in this movie or anything after this movie. Yeah, exactly. Spoiler for the comics, but
35-year-old.
But yeah, I'm just a huge Captain Marvel guy, so I wanted to talk about that.
I like the green. I saw some pictures. I guess there's green in the Kree kind of uniform. They have
that's
similar
what I'm saying.
Looking.
So he's like a Kree general.
Yeah.
So his costume is green.
Yeah. So, but someone at I'll show you guys. Someone did a thing with the red.
Oh yeah,
did you see that? Yeah, it's pretty. It looks.
That might be her
costume. I love the red, blue, yellow costume. Like it looks amazing to me. But like I said, I think
the green's cool though.
I think for this movie, because I think she's gonna mimic her costume after Captain Marvel, and then like I said, when she comes back to modern day in Avengers 4, she'll be wearing that red.
That was more of a yellow and black kind of.
I like the Miss Marvel, the yellow and black.
Well, that was the Miss Marvel, yeah.
Damn, that one. I like
That's cool. I like that one.
Yeah, where she's wearing a bathing suit
with the mask.
I mean, this one's fine. It doesn't really tell me. Now, is this on the set of Captain Marvel, or is this an Avengers Infinity War?
No, I think this is Captain Marvel.
I think she's shooting that because there's a bunch of images. She tweeted.
We don't know. She might be in the post-credit scene of Avengers. She
could be.
She better be.
Because she tweeted.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. She tweeted a bunch of pictures in her Air Force pilot.
That one too. Yeah.
Because she's an Air Force pilot. So.
I can't wait for this damn movie. Yeah. I'm so excited about this.
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury and what did they announce? No, never mind. I think I was just wanting that. I was going to say Rhodey.
Might be a good chance to bring back Phil Coulson, maybe. Hey.
Sure.
A young. What's
a good call.
Clark Gregg.
Yeah, Clark Gregg. That's a good call.
Yeah, bring him back.
All right, so to wrap this up, the topic of our show was fan expectations, and us three together haven't had a lot of time to talk about The Last Jedi. So let's take about 10 minutes or so. Let's talk about The Last Jedi. So that's the reason why we chose the topic for our show today. And I just want to say, The Last Jedi is a special movie in its own right. It's a very different Star Wars movie, and it does take multiple viewings to appreciate it. I've only seen it 3 times, actually, surprisingly, but I'm actually doing that on purpose because when The Force Awakens came out, I saw it 5 times in 10 days, and I love that movie, but it started to wear on me. I'm just
the magic started dying.
Well, just watching it over and over again so quickly, it's it became not as special. You know what I mean? It was weird. I love that movie to death, but it's I don't want to burn myself out with The Last Jedi, so I'm spreading it out and taking my time with that movie.
It's like making love to a girl. You gotta, you can't. It gets
go it all at it at once.
Yeah, scale it back.
But Gio, we haven't heard your thoughts about The Last Jedi much on the show.
Yeah. So I saw the movie twice. First with you guys.
Yep.
Second time with my brother. One very late night, unexpectedly. I will say that upon first viewing, like I'm sure all of you felt the same way, it kind of took me by surprise because it took a left turn and then took a right turn. Mm-hmm. With Luke Skywalker character, there wasn't as much training with Rey. Rey kind of got a little too powerful too quickly again. Where is she learning all this stuff? Is she just doing it by herself? Has she had any previous training when she was little or anything like that? There's still a lot of questions that The Last Jedi leaves us with, Is anybody going to believe that Kylo... when he says, the parents are nothing, is that true? Or is he just saying that to get...
She knows that that's true. Because he tells her, say it. And she says, they're nobody.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, they're junk traders or whatever like that.
So. Here's the thing. They've been telling us this. You go back and watch The Force Awakens. There's been what Maz tells her. Listen, whoever you're waiting
pretty
for,
obvious, yeah.
You're waiting for. They're not coming back.
But I think we always had hope that they were somebody.
And that's what people just wanted it to be. And again,
but that's what I'm saying. That The Force Awakens is better now after knowing. After questions were answered in The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens is better.
Even in the trailer, I don't think it was in the movie, but there was a scene in one of the trailers where Maz asks her, "Who are you?" and she says, "I'm nobody."
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. But overall, I think Rian Johnson does a pretty effing good job. With this movie, there's some great shots. When the Alliance ship goes in hyperspace into the crew,
that scene is amazing.
Yeah,
where Luke is facing the AT.
There's a new name for them. They're like the gorilla ones or something like that.
The opening scene with the
opening scene is amazing.
The space battle,
it's one of the best opening scenes in any Star Wars movie.
It is.
It really is.
My problem with The Last Jedi, and I have a few. How are you gonna? They try so hard to shove that romance between Rose and Finn down our throats. It's like already had, Bruce Banner and Black Widow, after Winter Soldier, and I was like,
that's the vibe you got for that? Wow. Huh? That's the vibe you got for that?
Yeah. Well, as far as they're throwing it down our... Like, where did this come from?
Rose is a fangirl of Finn before she meets him. Yeah. So she's like obsessed with Finn, and then she is crushing on Finn. He doesn't feel the same way about her. If you watch the movie, he doesn't romantically like her.
Yeah.
He likes her as a person, and he cares about her, and he feels for her, but what I took from the movie is that he doesn't romantically like her. She feels that way about him, and I don't want to get too deep into spoilers, but like,
do it.
That's the way I
the movie's been out for like a month.
I think I was gonna say.
Well, no, I mean but then what does that say about Finn's storyline in The Last Jedi? It's kind of a waste, because his whole thing is I got to find this code breaker, and then the code breaker ends up betraying, and then it's like, okay, well, everything that whole thing was for nothing.
Well, I agreed, and everything they did screwed up the Resistance. They're the one that caused the whole, because if it wasn't for them doing that, if they hadn't gotten caught, if they hadn't even gone in the first place, and if they, because BB-8 found the guy, Johnny, or what's his name? What's the actor's name? Justin Theroux, who was the actual code breaker.
Oh, yeah.
BB-8 found him, and then they got caught by the police for illegal parking.
Yeah.
That whole sequence was just...
Yeah.
Could have done without.
You guys know who voiced the guy who...
It's
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
The one who...
I thought he was the
one who voiced the alien who tells the cops that they parked on the beach.
I told him.
That's Joseph Gordon-Levitt, yeah.
Because there's another one of those aliens that Poe is talking to a few times in the movie. Those same long-faced aliens. I thought that was him.
Oh, no. He's the one who snitches on them for parking on the beach.
That's hilarious. Okay, that's funny.
Anyways, that's funny. I still believe it's Rey and Finn all the way.
I think so too.
I mean,
no,
I kind of think so too.
No.
What's Finn's first line in the movie?
Where's Rey?
Yeah. Because he's thirsty.
But listen, what's Rey? What is Rey? We don't even know what Chewbacca. If you see Finn, tell him.
I know.
And Chewbacca.
You love
that. Tell him.
Yeah. Chewbacca, Chewie knows. Chewie knows it when he sees it. He saw it with Han.
And then Rey's jealous. Rey was jealous.
She sure was,
oh
dude.
My God.
Rey's going to be too busy rebuilding the Jedi Order to get us back to prequel era.
She got to pop out some Jedi babies, man.
No. She doesn't need a romantic interest to be a significant character, right?
Overall,
I agree.
Overall, The Last Jedi is a movie with a deeper meaning. Every time you watch it, you get something new out of it every time. Yeah. And like Batman v Superman, the more you watch it, the more you appreciate it.
Oh, listen.
Speaking
of fan expectations,
that's a whole story.
We're gonna do a whole show.
I do think it's easy to miss how special The Last Jedi is just watching it once.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of casual fans, they just watch it once and they're like, oh, I didn't like that. And they like us, we go back and watch it multiple times, so like we can appreciate it. But overall, it was a weird experience. I don't think I ever had such an experience where I was so shocked at first.
Yeah.
and didn't know what to think, and then went to loving the movie so much. So that's my overall experience with The Last Jedi.
Love this movie, man. Loved it. Loved it so much. Saw it. I've seen it 3 times myself. To the third time I saw it, that's where I got those feelings of this movie is awesome. And I started getting more out of it that third time because I took my kids to see it. I saw it the Saturday after.
Awesome.
I saw it with you guys, and I saw it again a week or 2 later with them. And man, Yoda showing up, just dropping Jedi,
dropping knowledge,
science on Luke's head, man. From still hitting him with the little thing, and you're not listening to me. He literally everything Luke did. I see all the comments online of people and watching some of the reviews I've watched and reading people's comments. People still complaining about it, and man, you guys are killing me out there. Everything he did, it's the most Jedi Luke Skywalker thing you could possibly do.
I'm okay with it now.
What he did.
I wasn't at first, but
he sacrificed himself to allow Kylo to express his anger. So once he gets it out,
And that
he's a little bit
and to save the Resistance.
But he got out there
and to save Rey, allow Rey to live on as the Last Jedi,
and secured his own legacy, his legend that he talked about.
Yeah,
by going out there and making Kylo Ren look silly.
Well, now everyone thinks that
in front of the whole
Luke
First
Skywalker stood up to a whole army.
Exactly, and he did it.
And that was the whole point of the last scene with the kid with the broom and them telling stories about
the
Luke
Force.
Skywalker,
Again, to go back to the title of the first movie, the Force has awakened, and that would be my counter to why Rey is so powerful. Kylo Ren is incredibly powerful. I think the Force has evolved over time. And it's flowing.
If you pay attention to what Snoke says about the dark and someone meeting somebody in the light to rise and face each other. So they're both like the most powerful,
the pinnacle of
up and coming people in the light and dark. But this is not a Last Jedi review. We can talk about it forever. We will, I'm sure, in the future. And that's going to wrap up this episode of the Apocaflix Movie Show. I want to thank Gio and Keith for joining me. I really appreciate it. Glad to have you back on, Gio. Hope you can get back on again soon. Yeah. I am your host, Jacob Barley. You can find us all on this YouTube channel, Apocaflix Movies. We do movie reviews. We do a Padawan podcast if you want to hear us talk more about Star Wars The Last Jedi and everything Star Wars. And this is our main show. You can also find us on iTunes. You can subscribe and download there. We put this show, our Padawan podcast, and some of our other videos on there in audio format. So check us out in everywhere you can possible. Thank you all for listening. Till next time, take care.